Hey guys, what's up? Eddie Aho here with KissAnalog.com and Xtronics. Again, we did a box opening. Last video I did a bunch of testing. This video, we're going to open it up and take a look inside. Okay? Let's see what this thing's made of. Let's bring the camera over and get it going. Alright guys, so we're going to expect to see a PCB board up front with the display and so on, with all the buttons. And then there's a fan in back, so I doubt there's going to be a PCB standing up and down. There could be one at the bottom though, right? Power cord, this stuff connected. This could be hardwired inside, but that big screw shows a sign of a Toretto transformer. Now, I've got it all loose. There's 3 screws on, well, actually 4 screws on each side. Little pile of screws right there. Little machine screws. So I've taken them out, and I want you guys to see the inside as I see it. Uh-oh, I felt like it's catching something. Okay, let's just look inside this. It's got those little lips that catch the front of the unit. Okay. Wow, this is a lot more simple than I expected. Nice Toretto transformer. It has, you know, this little metal. If you guys have seen these before, they're little metal indented things that hold the transformer in place. It looks like it's got some material here for locking the threads. So a little Loctite maybe. Loctite's a brand, but yeah, you can see the mounting places for the feet. Hardwired switch over here. Wow, there we go. That's interesting. Big old FETs, I think. Looks like some relays here. A big volt capacitor. And a nice custom heat sink. Looks like, yeah, that definitely looks custom. And it's funny because I didn't think there's gonna be anything in front of the fan, but I guess it makes sense that it's blowing directly on the heat sink. Okay, and you see a little goop here holding the connectors in, and then the cable management looks nice. It's tied into here, and then over here as well on this side, and then up here. So cables are all tied in place. We'll swing it around, take a look at the cables. And there's the front board. I expected to see a big board like that, so that's just what I expected. Now here is probably a shunt where it measures the current through this thing. Looks like a couple of trim pots. So yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so the red terminal power output right here, black right there, and then green on the other side. We'll spin it around and take a closer look at that side. And there's how that's done. The power comes in here, the green wire. Now that we're on the wrong side, but we'll look at it again. It looks like it comes out here. Usually it's taken right to the, you know, right by the connector, but it looks like it comes up front and it's tied all right here to the chassis, and they're all Loctited in, that screw right there. So that's a good touch, nice touch there. So it's just a bunch of ground wires to the front panel, to this plug right here. Okay, so that's tied directly down here, and then it looks like there's a wire here going up front, and got a little bit of a insulation paper plastic here. And over here, there's that green wire, comes up, crosses over. Now, the power wire, red and blue. So it looks like we come up here. Blue is the one that's been switched on and off, comes back to red. So, okay. And then the input of the transformer wires are right there. 2 red ones going into the transformer, because one comes from here and the other one's coming from here. So it goes in transformer, and there's the Xtronic PX-70 transformer information. Shows the different outputs. It says 0, 7 volt, 24 volt, 36. So it's got a 7 volt tap, 24, and a 36 volt tap. This looks like a nice toroid. It's put together very well. So the secondaries come off over on this side. Come back over here again. So here's a black. That's probably the 7. Okay, guys, 0 is black, 7 volts is blue, 24 is yellow, 36 is red. Okay, so blue, black, blue, yellow, red. Okay, 7, 24, 36. Okay, so when we look over there, we can see the black, red, yellow. Let's swing this around so we can look at it better. Okay, so there it is. So black is the ground, is the reference point. Okay, so one end of the winding, red's gonna be the other end, that's gonna be the 36, whatever, and then the ones in between is gonna be 7 and 24. So there you go, black, blue, yellow, red. Okay, and then they go up to this board. Let's go check that out. Now we're gonna look down at it this way. Down here's bridge rectifier. Okay, so that's a bridge rectifier right here, and you can see there's a line right across here. There's two boards. There's this board and that board. This is a really cool board. This is an aluminum core board. So that means it's layers of plastic on a layer of aluminum. So it's aluminum core, okay? And that's for heat sinking. So this is, we got a rectifier here. The legs straddle across over to this board. And this is where the relays are, okay? So there's the relays. And the different windings are going on this side, and so they're going to be tapped off. So you got a bridge rectifier where AC power is going to come in, and that's coming in from the transformer, right? So it's going to go through the bridge rectifier, and then it's going to go up to this bulk storage capacitor right here, and it's a 63 volt 6800 microfarad. So that's a nice bulk, and 63 volts for 36 volts input is a very nice, it's a very nice D rating. So there's plenty of voltage overhead. So that's nice. And so then we go through a couple transistors to the output, and that's how it's controlled. But now if we come over here and look at the edge of the board, you might be able to see that aluminum core and that plastic. So there's some plastic on the one layer. I don't know how many layers. Maybe it's only one layer of traces and then aluminum core. So, and then it's mounted right to the heatsink. So let's go up here. So you can see the top of the board, aluminum core, right to the aluminum heatsink. So very nice connection. And then over here, the heatsink steps down and goes away so the through-hole components don't touch the aluminum, don't short. So the fins are still there for the heat to spread from here over this way. And the fan is going to cool all that off. So that costs some money to do aluminum core board, but it's part of the heatsink. It's just a very clean, very nice design. Just give you a look from this side. So there's a voltage regulator, I think is probably what this is, to control the relay. So yeah, very nice. And you can see the epoxy holding the connectors together. It's like all the connectors have that. See that? And yeah, just a very nice design, guys. The front of the board looks like a very nice board as well. The display and all that. I don't want to disassemble this whole thing, so I'm just going to show you from here. But yeah, there we go, guys. All right, guys, a real quick, simple test. I'm going to power up. We're going to just show that the memory banks have been saved. If they have, yeah, 18.4. I'm pretty sure they're going to be. 5.1 is where I had that one. 12.1, 31. So yes. So when you lose power, I've had the power cord taken out completely, and the memories are still stored. Okay. So let's turn it back on again. And let's turn on this 31 volt off. Okay. So I'm going to turn it on. And we're going to come up to the load up here. Okay. I have this nice IT 8512A. It's a nice active load. I know the display kind of wants to move. I was wondering if it'd focus my finger, but yeah, I don't know. But right, it's showing 30.977 volts here. So I am going to turn on the load, okay? And there's really not much of a load on it right now. So we'll go to constant current, and so I'm bringing it up right here. I'm going to go ahead and move the arrow over here. We're going to go 1. Oh, I have a current limit thing set on this guy. Hold on a sec. Okay, guys, so I started a watch to see how long it take for the fan to turn on. So we got 31 volts, max output, 5 amps, and 5.1, I guess we could go. And okay, so look at this, 5005, 5036. So 5005, let's go up to the load. Look, 5004. So it might be hard for you to see. Seems like it jumps around on the camera. But anyway, 5004. I'll creep this up just a little bit. Oh, we tripped over current. So let's come down here, turn it off. Now this is interesting. I've got it set for 5 amps and this is 5.1, but when I turn it on, okay, it caught it. So, okay, good. So, but yeah, if I get too close to 5.1, it'll trip. So there we go. I'm going to just let it run and I'll come back and we'll see when the fan turns on. All right, it's kind of funny. The fan was already on. I was sitting waiting for it and it's been about just a few minutes, but then I noticed I put my hand back there, I could feel just a little bit of airflow. So the fan was already on. It's just so quiet. My fans on my other things up here are much louder. This one's, here, I'll put the camera real close to it. Okay, I wonder if that microphone picked that up. It's a very quiet fan. Okay, I repeated the test. Took about half a minute for the fan to turn on. So it's very quiet though. And you can just barely, you have to really listen to it, then you can hear it turn on and off, but it's very quiet. So here, let's just turn the current down. I'm going to turn the load down, okay? From 5, hold it, yeah, 4.993, and this is a little bit higher, but this meter is very close. 498. Okay, there's 491 and 4913 actually on my load, and 41. So I would believe the KPS over all the other ones. Okay, 4323 and KPS. I'm just reading off what the iTech says, but okay, 4053. Xtronic is pretty accurate for a power supply because they don't seem that, you know, a lot of times they're not dead on. So 3633. Again, the KPS is, you know, more accurate, I would think, but I'll read off the iTech. But you can see that the KPS is pretty good. All right, so iTech 2.923. All right, iTech is 1963. Just trying to show you that this thing is pretty accurate down to the second digit, right? Okay, 1.253. Pretty darn close. Okay, that's pretty close to 1 amp. iTech says 1003. iTech says 0.183. So it seems like it's about 0.2, right? Okay, 0.04. So even at low currents, this seems pretty accurate. I'm going to go down 0.02, 0.01. So I'm actually 0.013 on iTech. And yeah, so guys, this guy's done a pretty good job, I think. Hey guys, so what do you think? It looks like it tested well, right? I mean, I did a bunch of tests last video. I did a couple on this one, but it looks like it's put together very nicely. It's a nice, well-built machine. Nice display. That off-white, easy to see. The controls are easy to deal with. Yeah, it's nice. And the fan is very quiet. I can hear it running now. It's only 1 amp, so I guess, I mean, I could hear it turn on just sitting here, but it is very quiet fan. So, hey, 2 big thumbs up to Xtronic for sending this out to me. Appreciate it. And 2 big thumbs up to Danny for being a team member on YouTube and all my other YouTube members. And 2 big thumbs up for my patrons. You guys, free way to support the channel is just subscribe. I'd love to grow the channel. Yeah, subscribe. Like the video if you liked it. Did you like this? Do you like seeing the insides? The teardown videos? Let me know what you think. I did 3 videos now. Box opening, kind of talked about, showed some stuff. The test video, and then this one where I did some tests, but mostly, you know, it was a teardown video. Hopefully it's not too long. I'll say goodbye. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.